Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Spankster206 back with some more God's Basement. Now I think this episode is going to be the last one because we're getting pretty close to the end, I think, so we're probably going to wrap things up in this one. Last time we finished up our job and we were trying to figure out why Grandma's crying, and I think we're getting a pretty good idea of why that is. So let's see if we can figure out what's really going on here. Let's go. This got creepier. Well, I'm home from work. Grandma, I'm home. Welcome home. I did it, Grandma. I worked again. Sacrificed everything for you. Hope you're happy. This house is big. Like, this house is real big. What's this way? That's a nice bathroom. That's a real nice bathroom. That's a no. Sorrow. Are you going to put all my thoughts on paper and stick them on the wall? Needs hammer. Oh, I got to barricade Grandma in for the night. I see. I gotta go to the house and find a hammer. Is there a hammer in the kitchen? This is a nice kitchen. It's even got a stove hood. That's great. Microwave. Grandma, how do you restock all these plates that you keep breaking? Hammer? No hammy. I gotta go downstairs, don't I? Alright, going downstairs to... Oh, great. There's the hammer. Well, got the hammer. Now I can go, in theory, barricade Grandma in her room. It's kind of sad. I come home from work and barricade Grandma in her room. There you go. Grandma, no come out. Okay, no basement yet, I guess. Can I pee at home? Can I do anything at home aside from trap Grandma back in? Oh, a note. Task list. Clean up any broken plates. Hide kitchen knife under bed. Check emails on phone. Nail wooden planks on door. Turn off all lights and go to bed. Okay. Well, I don't see any cleaning up broken plates. That's done. What was next on the list? Gotta check emails on the phone. I know I remember that one. Hide kitchen knife under bed. My bed, I presume. I got the knife. Now please go stab Grandma with it. Okay, maybe not. That might be a little bit extreme. Maybe don't do that. This must be my room. Okay, knife. Check. In case Grandma ever goes a little bit too senile. It is unfortunately you have declined our scholarship program. Thank you for applying, and we hope that you are successful in all your future academic endeavors. Okay, I hear it. That sucks. Turn off all the lights. Okay, going through the house and turning off all the lights. Does this one count? I don't see a switch for it, so I'm gonna say that one stays on. How do I turn the lights off and... Ah! Oh! I don't like that, actually. I don't like that very much, as a matter of fact. Just gonna shut that behind me. Be a smart little noodle. Shutting that one off. Okay. Dark, dark. Dark. No more poopy. Or pee-pee. Or whatever I do. And shutting my bedroom door. Lights out. Was there a light coming from out there? Oh, hallway lights. Duh. Okay, going to bed now. Going to bed now? Oh, another broken plate. House cleaner. Okay. Now I should be good to go to bed. Should be good. Grandma's still barricaded. I'm good. Oh, there we go. Okay. Door shut, lights off to bed we go. Good. Great. Grand. I don't like hearing steps that aren't mine. But how? I barricaded the room. I mean, I never really saw her in there, so I can't look around or do anything. Grandma, what are you doing? Grandma, do I gotta get out of bed? Grandma? Grandma? Grandma, did you just knock? Grandma? Grandma! You are stuck in there. The answer is no. I gave up everything. I gave up everything for you. Stay in there. So help me, I have a knife. So help me, I have a knife, and if you ever get out of there and come in here, I will stab you. Did you hear that? Can I take the knife? Take the knife! You have the knife! Well, Grandma got out, clearly. She didn't go to the basement. Maybe she had to pee. Can I please just take the knife? Why you no take the knife? Fine. Grandma, you in the bathroom? No? Grandma, no? You watching little tube? Little TV, Gram? Grandma! Come on! Pain, are you full of it? Patience, are you out of it? When will your suffering end?
Pain, are you full of it? Patience, are you out of it? James, when will your suffering end? You wanted her to die.
Yeah.
You yearned for her death, not because her suffering would cease. It was because yours would cease as well.
It was double beneficial. Oh. Today I found my laptop broken. I left her alone for just a few minutes while I was in the bathroom, and I guess she walked into my bedroom and had an episode. I'll have to drain my savings in order to replace it. That's brutal. Why can't Grandma have an episode outside?
Do you feel the resentment pulsating through your veins? Do you feel the last breath of patience exiting your body? Do you feel the rage welling up, overflowing, displacing empathy, sympathy, and love? Do you hear it? It's calling you. A way out. Follow it. Let it guide you.
I know what I must do. I must purge Grandma. It must be done. I can't take the knife back. Well, if this way out's anything like I think it is, I gotta grab the knife somehow. Oh, the basement's open now. I did something unspeakable. I killed them. I murdered them both. I don't know what to do. I had nothing to live for. I'm so sorry. A brutal crime scene emerged
While
this week.
sifting through some old boxes, you found an interesting set of documents that revealed the truth about your past. Your grandparents were involved in an accident that killed your grandfather and your infant brother. It wasn't your grandmother's fault entirely, but your parents couldn't help but put the blame on her. With no family or friends left, living a hopeless and bleak existence, your grandmother decided to murder them. With your parents out of the way, she could raise you all by herself. Her desire was selfish and evil. That was all you needed. A way to justify her death, a way to break the burden of taking care of her. Do you remember what you did? I'll walk you through it once more, just in case you've forgotten.
Neil and Sarah Young were viciously stabbed by an unknown assailant. The two parents leave an infant son. Authorities do not have a lead. It was reported they were stabbed over 30 times. Yeah, we got that. Yes, we know all that. Oh, okay, it's just... Okay, it's a whole bunch of the same stuff we've read prior. I gotcha. Walk me through it one more time. Or not. You could just not walk me through this. Get the knife, get the new radio, get the new phone, place the knife on her bed, replace the old radio, place the phone on the table outside the door, wait outside her room. Oh good, I still got flashlight. This is much darker. Knife, radio, phone. Oh, okay. Place the knife on her bed, Replace the old radio. Place the phone on the table outside the door. And wait outside. Okay, let's do it. I'm game. Let's do it. Whoa, Grandma's room. Hey. Knife. Radio. Phone.
Yes, I'm talking to you. Are you listening to me? I know that I might seem suspicious, but for now, I'm going to need you to trust me. Are you in pain? Do you want that pain to go away? I can show you a way out, but you're going to have to do exactly what I say. Don't worry, very soon you won't feel any pain at all. You won't have to suffer any longer. The first thing I want you to do is to grab the knife on your bed. You're doing a great job. It's very sharp, so please be careful with it. The next step is to gently press the knife against your stomach.
No.
You're doing a wonderful job. Now, press a little harder.
No.
Keep applying more pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh of your stomach. You might feel quite a bit of pain, but that's going to be temporary.
Oh.
You're doing a great job. I want you to pull the knife out. Is there a warm, red fluid gushing out of your stomach? If so, then you applied enough pressure. I know that this might be painful, but pretty soon it's going to be all over. I want you to repeat the process, except now go a little to the right of the original spot. Keep applying pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh.
You're making her kill herself.
Now that you've done the process twice, for the third time, go to the left of the original spot. Once again, keep applying pressure until the knife penetrates the flesh.
Great. Yep, there's the third one.
You're doing a great job. Now return to the original spot. I want you to jab the knife into the wound 3 times. This time, don't slowly apply pressure. I want you to press the knife into your stomach as hard as you can. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. You're doing a wonderful job. Are you in pain? Are you suffering? I know you are, but don't worry, it's all over. This is the last step. Just quickly thrust the knife into your neck. Then very soon, all the pain will go away. That's it. Let it all go. Pass on into the next world, wherever that might be. Goodbye. I can guarantee you will not be missed.
That's messed up. That's so messed up, dude. You will not be missed? That is messed up.
James, you murdered her.
Yeah.
You knew about her delusions. She always talked about the man in the radio, so you decided to become that character.
Oh.
You replaced the old radio and then played an audio file telling her to stab herself repeatedly with a knife.
Wow.
You knew she was delusional and had episodes of schizophrenia. She followed your instructions and eventually bled to death due to her self-inflicted injuries. Since all the evidence pointed to a suicide, you weren't charged with anything. You finally got what you wanted. You were finally free.
Wow.
You might be wondering how exactly you ended up dead.
Yeah.
Well, for the first few months, you lived your life carefree. You actually enjoyed life to some extent, not being tied down by an ill relative. But eventually, that all came crashing down.
I'm sure.
It started off with brief, horrific, gruesome nightmares. Visions of her stabbing herself endlessly, blood gushing out of her wounds, flooding your mind with blood-red guilt.
Yeah.
Slowly, these nightmares leaked into your daily life. You'd see her out of the corner of your eye, whether you were driving, walking down the street, or at work. Even though you killed her, she never really left. She lived in your mind and haunted you every day until you eventually couldn't fall asleep. Every time you closed your eyes, even for the briefest of moments, she'd manifest in your subconscious. Eventually, you went to the hospital and you were prescribed sleep medicine, but that only suppressed the issue.
Of course.
Slowly, your body adjusted to the medicine and you needed to increase the dose for the medicine to be effective. This process kept repeating until you were taking multiple times the recommended amount. You were addicted until one night you overdosed on sleep medication. Right now, in this moment, your physical body is currently in a hospital bed, hovering between the thin line of life and death. You're still probably wondering why you're here in God's basement. I'll finally tell you who I am and what this place really is. God's basement is a realm for those who have committed great sin but are still redeemable. The individuals that arrive in God's basement relive their own versions of hell, allowing them to reflect on their life and watch their slow descent into evil.
That's fun.
Their resentment, hate, bitterness, and jealousy accumulate until those emotions manifest themselves through atrocious acts, yours being murder.
I see this.
You were backed into a corner, watching your life slowly pass you by. All those opportunities you sacrificed. All that potential wasted. You became bitter and resentful.
Yeah.
Many could sympathize with you. Many might have even done the same. You were hopeless, and it felt like you were inside a living hell.
I'd feel hopeless.
I am called the Operator. I am an entity that manifests in God's basement. I manifest myself in different ways depending on the person. My job is to guide the person inside God's basement and allow them to relive their life from a different perspective. In your case, I manifested with many characteristics resembling the man in the radio.
Yes.
Hopefully this explanation cleared everything up.
It did.
You're still probably wondering what happens now that you have all your memories. I mentioned earlier that God's basement are for those who are still redeemable.
So I'm redeemable.
Even though you committed an atrocious sin, you were trapped in a hopeless existence. Also, the person you killed wasn't really your grandmother. She was a shell of her former self.
And she killed my parents.
Your grandmother died long ago. Part of you wanted to see her suffering cease. Your crime was both cruel and merciful at the same time.
That's true.
You are going to get a second chance at life. Pretty soon you're going to wake up in a hospital bed out of your drug-induced coma. Learn to live with what you did. The feelings of guilt, paranoia, and pain will never completely go away. James, make the most out of life and be grateful for this second chance. One last thing. Good luck.
I'm now waking up in the hospital bed. Wow. That's crazy. Awake I am. God's Basement. Wow. That game had a good bit of spoopage. I will admit, I did enjoy that game very much. I love the story. I love games that have a really good story element to them. Not just, ooh, here's a spooky thing chasing you through a corridor. This one told a full-fledged story, and I enjoyed that story to the full content, even though it was a bit repetitive and the same thing for the most part. Like, you kept hearing the same things. But that was really good. The story was good. The enticement was good. Getting so involved with like the different puzzles and things, I actually had to look at the hints every now and then because I'd get confused what I'm supposed to do next. But that's all part of the experience, is getting lost in it. And I enjoyed it so much I couldn't stop playing until I finished it this time. So it challenged your morals of what was right and wrong. Whether are you in the right for what you did, making her do that, or are you just absolutely insane? It promotes an inner turmoil, and you decide what's right and wrong. And where murder is never correct, no from the developer, thank you for playing. Pretty new to creating video games. Hope it was bearable. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll play more of my games. Absolutely, I would love to. And as a matter of fact, I think it'd be very good if you keep challenging morals and going through stuff like this. Just debating what's right and wrong, whether you should or shouldn't have killed her. Like what it gives you that mindset where you're put like, what's the right thing to do here? And I love being put in that shoes, like being put in those shoes. I like playing the Far Cry games because you get put in those shoes a lot. Like that's what those games are really about. You're like, what's right and wrong? What should I actually do here? This put me back in those shoes. And for that, I love it. And I recommend to you, the developer Erebus, that you could make a sequel to this. You could make more God's Basement, where other people are hanging on by the brink of life and did something terrible, and just keep reliving experiences, manifest the operator in different ways, and just keep proving spooky games. But I love the story element to this, so I think you should keep going. But that is the end of God's Basement. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, of course, as always, smash the like button down below as hard as you can. Just hammer on it. Hit it good. James Young, he's in the right. He's an okay dude. And if you want to see more spooky stuff going into Halloween and other random stuff that I do, be sure to subscribe. The red button's down there. It's big, it's shiny, it wants you. Go get it. But once again, thank you guys so much for being here. And until I see all of you in the next one, have a fantastic day. Later, guys.